Welcome to War with a Mate, with me, James.
Me, Andy.
We are the only podcast out there, you can search, trust me, I've tried, that are playing SPI's The Campaign for North Africa, the infamous board game. It cannot be defeated, it will definitely defeat us. We've got another 50 years on the horizon, but that won't stop us. That won't slow our moxie. I'm James.
I'm Andy.
And we're doing this thing.
We are. We've been doing it.
We've been doing it. Me and you, we've been doing it here in your living room. We are starting turn 5. Turn 5 of the practice run. Here we are, Andy, the penultimate turn.
I never thought we'd make it.
I never thought we'd get through turn 1. When I read those rules, I thought we were absolutely done for. Lost souls in amongst the void. But here we are, all the way to turn 5.
It's worked out.
It's worked out in so many ways. We've managed to figure out how to play the game. We've stuck all the magnets on the board. That was optional. We did that for...
Semi-optional.
I guess if we wanted to play it, we'd have to do that. And it's been a dream. It really has. A dream that sometimes I wake up from in sweats in the night.
Screaming.
Screaming for my parents. Mummy! Save me! Save me from Richard Berg! I don't want to go back to him, Mummy!
Horrible.
I know, but I didn't do that. That was Simulations Publications, Inc. They did that to us. That wasn't my design. But our design is this. Every week we play the campaign for North Africa. Bar last week. That's a rare occasion. Sometimes we have to do that.
Sometimes we go on holiday.
Sometimes we... Well, that's it. It was a holistic view because we had a few things going on last week. We're looking at putting some stuff together because one thing we've got coming up, really exciting, our first live show.
Yes.
The UK Games Expo in Birmingham. It's going to be great. It's first ever live show. It is free for anyone who's already going to the Games Expo. I guess if it's the case you're not going to the Games Expo and you want to come along, buy a ticket to the Expo, do a lot of other fun stuff and see us for an hour. That'll be good.
You will have to miss the Carcassonne. Is it World Champions? Or?
The Carcassonne UK Championship, which we were looking at today. Now that we've got our times confirmed, which, by the way, it's 4:30 till 5:30 p.m., it'll be a lot of fun for... Well, I don't know that'll be a lot of fun for anyone. We can't make these kind of promises. But you're gonna, if you show up, you will miss the UK Championship of Carcassonne.
That we can guarantee.
We can promise you that. We wanted to do that, and we can't now.
Yeah.
If you want to be part of the UK Championship for Carcassonne, entry is £17 a ticket. It'll be great. It's like an all-day thing. It just means you miss us, but you know, it'll be a bloody good time.
Or get out early.
Or get out early. Drop at the championship. Throw your towel in. Come see us. So we put that together. Some of the stuff for that. We're still trying to figure out what this looks like as a live show. So that'll be fun. We also, like you say, we had a holiday. This is the first time I've seen you since we got back.
Yeah.
How did you find the trip?
Good. Overall, there were some eventful things happened. The first day in particular was an experience from literally start to finish.
An eccentric time. We had a little jaunt. We travelled from our humble War with a Maid headquarters to the lovely seaside of Yorkshire, where we went on a nice 10-mile trek to go stay somewhere. Me, Andy, my girlfriend, we had a lovely time. It was great. Played some D&D, some poker, quite a bit of poker.
Yep.
Lovely time. Great. That walk, though, that walk nearly killed you in the first stretch.
The hill at the start. I think once that hill was over, I was kind of all right.
Yeah, that first stretch, I thought you were going to die.
I thought the first 300 meters were going to end the whole thing.
Well, there was that first little stretch of walk, and then also we got waylaid on our journey and walked past a primary school like twice. And one of the teachers, I presume a teacher, came out, or caretaker, delivery, I don't know who she was, but she saw us walking around lugging these huge backpacks. I had a bag carried as well. I had a backpack with my laptop in, a duffel bag swung around that, and then a bag full of D&D paraphernalia. and she asked if we wanted a trip to exactly where we were going, and we said no. We're going to make the walk.
And she sort of had a sort of, I don't think you know how far that is.
Yeah, she said, you know how far away that is? And we were like, yeah, we know how far away that is. We got there. All was well. We were a bit exhausted. We had some drinks. We had a great time, some poker. And then a late-night hospital trip was also on the card. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of hectic stuff. Everyone's fine. No one's got any lasting damage, but trust me, going to A&E at 4 a.m. when you've had quite a bit to drink is not the fun that you think it is. Especially since that trip took us exactly back to the starting point that we set off on from the walk.
It is a nice loop.
Nice loop. I don't know that is the case. But I certainly sobered up waiting in A&E for that long. But we're here. We're alive. Everyone's happy. Everyone's comfortable. We also, we'll not get too much into it because we need to keep the mystique. But there was another reason for that trip to an extent. We have something in the works, which will be, it's not coming anytime soon.
Yeah, let's not actually, because I hate when people do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something's happening.
At some point in time.
Yeah.
Don't be excited about it yet.
Yeah. We'll just put it out there. This is the very first instance that we've mentioned it and forget about it for a few months, but it's going to be great. But I suppose what we'll do is we'll disseminate all of this down into the core of what it is. Today we played the campaign for North Africa.
Yes, we kicked the turn off, as almost all turns do, with me not finding your convoys.
Yes, a lovely start for me. I rolled up, first of all, my convoy for next turn. Very happy to see that I rolled the maximum result for the final turn, because this convoy that's coming up that I've rolled for will be at the start of turn 6, the final Axis naval convoy of the practice scenario. And I rolled big old 6s, or as I like to call it, 3 snakes worth of snake eyes.
It's a little clumsy, but I'll allow it.
So those Thanaki guys, they're going to be bringing me a lot of supplies, a total of 16,000 tons.
That's pretty nice.
That's fantastic. That will pay dividends. Well, actually not dividends, it's just capital. It's all capital.
Oh, they're just sending cash.
It's all solid cash. It's hard, cold cash in the form of a cache of ammunition, of stores.
Will it help you if it arrives in turn 6, do you think? Will you have enough time to get it out and do stuff with it?
I will be gearing stuff up for that.
Oh, so you're going to spend up stage 3 or turn 5 getting all your convoys ready to grab stuff when it unloads.
Yeah, I think what I'm realistically going to do is hold off. A bit of a spoiler, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on my air stuff. I think in turn 6, and all of those trucks that I've had doing supply runs for my air fields and air strips, I'm gonna pull them back and just have them ready for one real hard push of supplies in terms of ammunition. Yeah. Realistically, ammunition and fuel. I'm going to have that all pushed to the front line.
Nice.
That's my idea in essence. I don't know what that will actually look like. Probably something very different. But that's the hope. That's the dream. And I'm nothing if not a dreamer, Andy. This world is a swimmy, hazy, lucid dream for me. A lucid dream in which I can do anything I want. I'm a god on those tiles. And I only say that because I'm coming hot on the heels of the hubris of a few things. First of all, store expenditure. I have filled the bellies of all my men I want to fill. Thank you. A momentous achievement. And it's come, yes, in the penultimate turn, but my god, it's finally here. I'm so happy that I've figured this out.
So you had no starving boys?
No, well, I do. I do, but they're garrisons,
so
they don't really count.
Okay.
They aren't real units. Certainly not for the purpose of this practice scenario.
Yeah.
If I'm having to worry about you getting onto map B and taking on some of my garrisons up along the coast, then the game's over.
Fair assessment.
That's not a practice scenario. At some point, we stop talking and you just play the game on your own. That's what that looks like.
Okay.
But instead, I've filled the bellies of all of my important men, the fighters, and that's not the only part that the hubris comes from, Andy. Because there's the full bellies of my men, there is the normal weather,
Yes.
Normal fucking weather, thank God. There is the fact that I got to roll the weather because you've given me initiative.
I have given you initiative.
You let me go first.
Yeah.
You rolled for initiative, you got it, which meant normal weather because that's how I roll. That is a pun. And as well as that, I also have air stuff that I'm able to do.
Yes, because your Air Force has sort of come back online a bit this turn, hasn't it?
It has, absolutely it has, which is fan-dabby-dozy. I'm so thrilled to have my Air Force back online because it meant I was able to prepare a pretty hefty bombing run.
Yeah, you got... Well, yeah, because next up we planned our air stuff. We didn't do it, but we planned it.
Yeah.
So you planned 3 missions?
I did. I planned 3 missions, you planned 6.
Yes.
You doubled up on me.
I have.
You saw what I had, you raised the pot, is what you did.
I'm not to be outdone.
Well, you say that, but I think what I've done might well outdo your little plan here. Because what I have, once again, and this has been a rare occasion for the last 2 turns, is air superiority.
Do you?
I do. And you might be thinking, Andy.
I love that you've just assumed that.
You might be thinking, but James, you don't have
air superiority.
But don't make the subtext text. Don't read between the lines and translate.
Okay, I'm sorry, go on.
I don't have a lot of fighters. And I'm fine with that. I don't have a lot of fighters. That's okay. That's normal for a guy of my age to not have a lot of fighters.
It's normal for an Air Force of my age.
What I do have are a lot of bombers.
You do.
I've been stacking those bad boys up with bombing points. And I was so joyous when I looked at my airfield table today and realised just how many bombers I had. SM-79s. They carry 12 bombs each.
Ooh, they're nasty.
And I have 30 of them. So I've split that directly down the middle, 160 per mission.
Oh, so you've sent 30 planes overall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 15 apiece.
Yeah.
And those guys have been split between the 7th Armoured Division and the... Stop doing maths in your head. Stop trying to figure out how to take me apart.
Oh, I've just realised I only need to kill 2 planes to knock them down if they're 12.
Knock them down one of the tiers, but I'm fine going down 2 tiers.
Okay, so I just need to knock out... like 5 planes.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6.
It's not impossible.
Well, that's part of where the tactic came in. Because looking at this bountiful horde of bombs that I had, I realised, all right, we can do something clever here, James. You can do the thing you've been doing where you kind of scatter dust into the wind and hope it gets in someone's eye. Or you can do something committed and smart. And that's what I went for. I went for committed and smart. I dedicated, I used conviction, and I split it between 2 attacks, 2 missions for those guys. So 160 bombs on both the 4th and the 7th.
Yes.
You can chip away at my bombers. Right now, they are guaranteed to take out, I think it's at least 2 of your units, of your groups. If you take it down another tier, it's 1. Take it down another, there's a chance of 0. A chance. But I'm willing to take those odds.
Okay.
I'm not spreading things thin anymore. I'm not doing any of this. Well, usually it'll be 0, but if you roll an incredible roll, you'll get 1 guy. No. I've got air superiority, Andy. Air superiority means that I'm fine in myself going to bed at night.
That's not what air superiority means.
Superiority
I'm
is
glad
what
you've
you
got
feel.
some self-esteem, but you don't have air superiority.
That's it. That's what I meant. Self-esteem. I've got that. I've got air self-esteem.
That's fine, because you don't have air superiority.
I have air self-esteem.
I'm dropping more bombs than you, and I have fighters, and I'm strafing stuff.
You don't know that you're dropping... Well, I guess...
You just told me how many bombs you're dropping.
You probably will know.
And
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. But if we're to abstract things for a moment, I'm dropping a lot of bombs.
Same.
And we're not talking about you, Andy. It's
Oh,
not
sorry,
about
we'll get to my
This
stuff.
isn't the Andy show. This isn't Andy Drops Bomb show. This is me dropping bombshells.
I'm sorry, keep boasting about your small thing.
Oh, it hurts. I also have a strafe mission.
Yes, you're strafing some trucks.
I am. The guys over at Fort Madalena that you rued, or will rue?
Nope.
You will rue them.
No.
They are going to be strafing the heck out of your... Don't... What are you doing? Don't act as if this isn't impressive. Because every time you've done this to me, I've been deeply wounded by it. It's been a deep cut.
Yeah.
So don't just shrug this off as if it's nothing, because if it is, then I've been overreacting for a while now.
I've said that since before the podcast started.
I know, it's a character flaw, but still, it makes for good entertainment, doesn't it? So I'm strafing your supply convoy, the one that is sat with the Australian division, up along that North Road still. They've not quite come into the fray.
They're at City Barani at the minute.
They are my favourite place to hold to try and win the game. So they're going to get strafed. I'm looking forward to that because with it being a strafe against a convoy, I move the column over one to the right.
Yeah, you get one extra.
So that's perfect. But that's my air missions.
Yeah.
And what you got going on over there?
I am bombing and strafing the second black shirts.
Yep.
With, I think, 263 bomb points.
Overall?
On them.
Overall?
I guess overall on them.
Okay, so you're splitting it between those?
No. They're both on the second, or both the things I said.
Wait, so they're both... Wait.
You're getting a full strafe on the second.
Oh, I see.
And 263 bombs, I think it is.
Okay.
And then you're getting a full strafe on your supply dump on the coast.
I don't care about that anymore.
Okay, that's good.
I don't mean that.
Yeah.
I don't mean that.
The planes are in the air. There's nothing you can do.
I'm trying to posthumously bluff.
And the fourth mission, I'm also bombing the fourth black shirts.
Yeah, fine.
Cool.
Try it.
I am.
That's not working either then.
275 bombs.
That's far too many.
Well, you were excitedly going, I've got my Air Force back. And I'm like, I didn't lose it, but I do have the SGSUs back.
Hold on. I never said that.
Yeah, you were very happy you were supplying your Air Force.
No. I've never said that.
Oh, okay.
And also, funnily enough, just to let everyone know, weird glitch. We've lost 4 episodes. How do you delete them from the RSS feed?
I'll do it after, don't worry.
You won't. You sly dog, I know you won't. This is all lip service.
Yeah, and then 2 close air combat patrols to your bombings on the 4th and the 7th.
Well, try as you may, they will stand strong.
Complete wipe coming up.
I'm genuinely confident that you won't be able to do enough damage to wipe them out.
Oh, no, I won't. Air combat seems to not be, particularly... We're not seeing a huge amount of deaths in it at the minute.
Or not even in terms of, immediate attrition. I mean, I don't think what you're going to do is going to impact them enough that your land units can have a significant impact on them.
Probably not. They're going to have pins.
They'll be pinned.
Yeah.
Some of them will definitely be pinned by the nature of the table.
Yeah.
But that's about it. That's life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I guess it looks like what might happen is they're just pinned up there and you don't move those 2 divisions and I don't move my 2.
Yeah, but my guys being pinned up there is fine because the 4th they're in a position that I put them in to be a little barrier, a waypoint for your guys to have to pass through.
Yeah.
So they were always going to wait there. Them not being able to enter an enemy zone of control or initiate combat is fine by me.
Oh, okay.
Because they were already in
not
that
going to do that. Probably a wasted bombing run then.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You said it.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'll get some... Actually, I can't. I'm not strafing them, so...
Yeah, you're not wiping out toe points there.
Pinning things that are going to move.
Also, the second... Is it the second? I always get my black shirts mixed up. Which ones are the fascists?
Black shirts.
Oh, that's it, yes.
Just all of them.
If their clothing is dark, they are fascist. Unless you're, just a trendy guy wearing black clothes.
Just a goth. They're either a goth or a fascist.
Well, I did a lot of that walk in a black jumper on our little trip.
And I did think that was pretty sus.
Yeah. It did have fascist Italian vibes. I thought it would be cooler than it was. That walk got sweaty.
Yeah.
So your attack on my guys, your bombing run, doesn't really put me in a worse position. It just means that they are stuck in the defensive position they were always going to be.
That's fine, I guess. My worry was them getting active, so...
Yeah, which I get.
Yeah.
The second being strafed. I guess it depends. The second or fourth, I can never remember which way around they came. If they're the old ones, then fuck them, I don't care. But I'm pretty sure they're the new ones.
The second.
Yeah.
I think so. The ones further south.
Yeah. Yeah, they are the new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So
That
I've
will
not
be a
done
hit.
anything to them, have I?
I don't think you've taken anything off them.
We've not fought them.
You ran away from them is what you did last time.
Yes, I did.
You backed off from them.
That's also why I've got up on them, just a morale issue.
Yeah. You want to spread out the morale difference. So that's where we've left off.
Yeah, I think it was a fairly good sort of start of turn.
Yeah, really good start to turn 5. The fact that we've now found ourselves in the last third of the game, well, practice run.
Yeah, but
It's also taken me into a really refreshing point of perspective where last time when we were in the war room and we did a reflection on the rules and I got a little bit upset about the rules again. This is what takes me away from that. It's when it's about the gameplay.
strategy stuff.
Yeah, it's when I'm against you. I actually feel fine when it's that situation.
Oh, good.
When I'm not thinking too big about the game itself, it's fine. When I'm thinking about beating you, I'm actually okay with it.
Okay.
When it's war with a mate, title drop, I'm fine with it. When it's trying to figure
Roll
out...
with a spreadsheet.
When it's war with the existential dread that I'm taking on by playing this, it's a very different story. So... I'm fine with this. This is good. This is a good vibe. I'm okay with this. I'm happy. I'm upbeat.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Do you have any idea what you're doing with your turn?
The fact you've given me initiative is something I hadn't prepared for,
Good.
but I did have a little look at the board today,
Okay.
which I'm allowed to do.
I'll allow it.
And I do have some ideas.
I won't allow it.
You simply can't stop me. It's part of the game. It's core to the game that I play the game. If you don't like that, you shouldn't have started. I know it was my idea, but you shouldn't have started. You shouldn't have agreed. Don't agree. I was going to say never agree with me, but I would like that to not be the case. Please agree on occasion.
No.
Sod. Yeah, I've got some ideas. I need to wrangle a bit more control around the area because you're starting to slink down along the south, along that escarpment, and I'm not super keen on that because if you get too far west, then you can just shoot up to Tobruk, and I don't like that idea. It's a lot of track to go over, but I know you're motorized.
Yeah.
So I need to bear that in mind. I'm not motorized for the most part. However, I can zip a lot of guys around that road from Bardia to Tobruk, and I can cut you off there. And if that's where the game ends, which I fear it may, then so be it.
Okay.
Because I'll take that as a win.
I know.
That's a W for James. I'll take anything as a W.
I know.
I've got that PMA. Positive mental attitude. Don't say and then gulp the last dregs of whatever that was in that glass.
Some lovely cream soda.
Oh, great drink.
Yeah.
Love a cream soda.
Can't even get angry at it.
What is the best soft drink, Andy?
Maybe that.
Correct.
I like a ginger beer, but probably not as much.
Dr. Pepper cream soda is incredible.
Yeah, I've not tried that.
Yeah, that is incredible. That the shop near yours, they do it.
I'm always wary of Dr. Pepper because mainline Dr. Pepper I don't like.
I don't get why.
Why I don't like it?
Because you like fruits. You like fruity tastes.
Yeah.
You love mango.
I mean, mango's great, yeah.
Mango. I've never known anyone love mango as much as you.
It's great.
Mango's no one's favorite, but it seems to be yours.
Mango is people's favorite.
I don't know that it is.
Oh, what should it be? Like an apple? Or an orange?
Well, yeah. You know what? You're the same kind of
Boring. Oh, I'm a bit spicy. My favorite fruit's a banana.
you're don't hit the mic.
Apologies, my condescending hand gestures have annoyed the mic.
You're one of those assholes.
Thanks.
And cut. That say you can't enjoy the most popular song of a band because it's the most popular song. You've just done that with fruit.
It's completely different.
Right, I'm going to give you 1 minute to explain why.
Because mango just has all the stuff other fruit has, but just better. Rather than it being some weird music analogy.
Cool, that was 10 seconds and it was just fucking bad.
You sit in my point for another 50 seconds.
No, don't dare.
Let that matriculate over your brain pores.
How dare you try and enforce radio silence, dead air, in our podcast with that comment? Of all the things... No. The arrogance on you. And that's coming from a hubris-filled man.
Fine, what's your favourite fruit?
I don't care. I'll go... you know what? I'm partial to a blueberry at the moment.
A good choice. I'm fine with that. Not going to give you too much shit.
Blueberries are great.
Yeah.
Just a nice little snack.
Yeah.
You can have them. Second to that, strawberries. And then third is banana.
I'll let you off.
And there goes the minute. So we're done with fruit talk.
I feel I've made my point.
Oh, well, every week we'll now introduce the minute fruit talk, where we rehash our hierarchy of fruits. Let's not make that a segment. I don't have to make another segment intro.
It'll be longer than the segment.
4-minute intro.
To the fruit minute.
It's a full song. I'm going to release the fruit EP before the fruit segment. Overall, we're in turn 5, Andy. We're in the penultimate stage of the practice room. We're further than we thought we'd get. We're in the throes of deep combat. Things can get messy. We're looking down the barrel of the end here. What are you thinking about it all?
Overall, I'm still at a good place with the game. I'm still enjoying it.
Sorry, I hate to interject. Well, I don't. I'm going to do it.
You love doing it.
I love interjecting, and it's also, I think, a good part for the podcast. Have you ever had a moment of doubt amongst all of this?
I don't think on the podcast, no.
All right, but that means you have.
I mean, yeah, it was mainly before we started.
Have you never had a moment throughout this where you've thought, what are we doing?
I mean, yeah, but that's fine.
Well, talk about it. I'm asking you to elaborate.
I said I'm feeling good about the game.
Yeah, but I want to
It's
take that
obviously
away
a
from you.
crazy thing to be doing and a big time commitment, but the actual game, yeah, feeling good.
Do you like the campaign for North Africa?
At the minute, yeah.
If you had to abstract this and, like, say you live 1,000 years, but 10,000 years, let's really stretch it out. You live 10,000 years,
Okay.
and you've got a lot of time to go. If you had other friends that lived 10,000 years, and this was a game that would be, relative to what you would spend like an afternoon on now,
Yeah.
with an actual board game, would you play this with someone?
Yeah. I'm feeling 10,000 years.
No, you
I've
get
got
no.
at best 80 years, and I'm doing it now.
I try to translate this so that it wouldn't become too much of an existential question. If this was a normal length game and it is what it is, would you play it with someone again?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
I've mentioned we play it again as the opposite sides.
No, we're not doing that.
And you don't
That's-
like
no,
that idea.
Of course I don't. I'll be dead.
Yeah,
I'll be dead before Rommel shows up.
The second time?
No, the first time. The first time.
So, like, the next 2 years.
In what world do you think we're covering 25 turns in 2 years?
This one?
27, sorry, because we're on turn 5. We've just started turn 5. And it's taken us 18 months to get here.
I feel like a month a turn isn't crazy.
Then you're doing a different podcast.
Oh, okay. That was this turn.
6 weeks.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling positive about it.
I guess, are you feeling bad about it?
Well, that's the weird thing. I'm throwing all this shit out at you, and I'm actually feeling all right about it.
There you go.
It's because when I'm not playing the game and when I'm not in this scenario and people ask me about it and I'm talking about it and they go, oh, so what's the podcast? And I say, well, this is it. And then so it's going to take that long. Why has no one ever finished it before? And now when people ask that question, I know the answer. I feel the answer in my heart, in my gut. I know why people don't finish this. Because I know we aren't wargamers. We aren't like experienced hex and counter board game players. But I know that if you are, this isn't the game you play.
Well, yeah, because it's a bad use of time, because there's probably... You could play 5 or 6 other better games.
Yeah, like it's...
Because that is the thing. I'm enjoying it, but it's not... It's not a great game outside of the complexity. It's not a bad one, I don't think. But I don't think it's like... Yeah, I think if you have a bunch of other war games to compare it to, this won't stack up necessarily that well.
If you have a bunch of other war games to compare it to, you're better men than us, because we went in on the deep end for no reason other than whimsy.
I think that's why I think anyone who should be able to finish it because they're experienced war gamers knows better. I think you need people who don't know what they're doing to do this.
Yeah, you have to go in blind.
Yeah,
you have to be the plucky. You have to be the Bruce Willis on the Meteor and Armageddon. They're not experienced astronauts. They're miners. They're not kids. They're miners. So they go up with the astronaut to blow it up because they know how to drill.
Which makes sense because it's much easier to teach someone to be an astronaut than teach someone to use a drill.
Exactly. Well, we'll actually explain that plot contrivance on this podcast. That's for a different one. But I know how to waste my time. So I thought this game is for me.
Just think of it, if we weren't meeting once a week and doing this recording, you'd just be spending this much time brain rot doom scrolling instead.
You know what? You say that. I had a very productive social life before I started this.
I know that's not true, because I was part of the non-productive social life.
Sorry, not productive. I had a very frequent social life.
You're still good.
I can't really.
But not because of the game.
Not because of the game, just because I'm in a comfortable domestic environment. I just have a life I enjoy where I can relax.
Yeah, so shit on the game.
Stop defending the game, you dick.
I feel like I have to.
I don't like this. I don't like that the game is like bonded to you like the black Spider-Man suit.
I'm its advocate.
No, you're a parasite.
Symbiote.
No, you've latched onto this game and you've decided this is your thing. I should have never introduced you to this.
But you did, and
you're not welcome.
Oh, okay.
But you know who is welcome, Andy?
Fans?
All of our listeners are welcome.
All of them.
Every single one. We've got them all here today. I've sent them all your address.
Oh, good.
This is what you get for nearly doxing someone the other week. I've doxed you. I've hit reply all on all of the emails. And I've just sent you a postcode and a date and time, and it's right now. It's a little surprise for you. It's not your birthday. But we do have some emails.
Okay.
We've got quite a few. So
but we are just reading one, I think.
We've got a juicy one that we've come across. So I say we rip open that mailbag, we delve in, we grab something, we unfurl it, and we spread its joy right here, right now. Delving into said mailbag, we have an email from Matthew. Matthew has sent an email with the subject line 28th Maori Musings. His email reads, Kia ora, James and Andy. It's Matt here. Brit abroad, telegramming in from New Zealand. Hope you're both well. Again, from that part of the world. Yeah. Oceania. They love War with a Mate in Oceania.
Even if they're Brits in Oceania.
If somebody could please, I guess, Matthew, you're a perfect example. Matthew or...
He does, but he is a Brit.
Yeah, but he's in New Zealand. I don't know if he lives in New Zealand. He may well explain in here. But anyone in New Zealand or any of our many Australian listeners, fire over a message and remind us how you found us. Because a lot of you have come across us, and I don't know how. My last email was nearly a year ago now, and I've been following along every week since. Y'all have accompanied, love the y'all You all have accompanied me on many bus journeys, walks to work, and dishwashing sessions, and I've really enjoyed listening to how the format of the podcast has progressed. The dishwashing, for me, that's such a core memory for me. So many podcasts that I've listened to while dishwashing. A personal highlight of mine has been Andy's history segment on the 28th Maori Battalion. Same. Having asked about their presence in the game in my first email, I was happy to hear another listener recommend some research into them, and even more so that they got their own dedicated segment. Give me the Maori Battalion, and I will conquer the world, indeed. Can you remember, Andy, do you know off the top of your head? Probably not, because it's a while ago. Do you know if it was Matthew's email of mentioning them, or the actual recommendation that spurred on the history segment for them?
I think it was both. I think they both got a mention in a pretty short space of time, so I was like, I'll check these guys out. And then, yeah, as I was researching them, they're just cool as hell.
Well, either way, Matt, I'm really glad that you proposed this, because that may still be my favorite history segment.
They are awesome.
Fixed bayonets.
Yeah.
Oh, what a guy, what a group of guys. With this in mind, on a recent trip to the South Island, it seemed fitting to visit a couple of memorials to the 28th along my route. The first was in Picton, and is Pufanua, a carved wooden marker that was unveiled in 2021. I've included a picture in this email, which we'll look at popping that on the Instagram, because it's I've seen these pictures and they're really cool. The figure holding the flagpole is Tumat Uenga, the Atau god of war, and the plaques have names of those who served in the local area. The second memorial, in Nelson, is a wahora, or carved gateway, which acts as an entrance to Anzac Park, ANZAC, or capitalised. I don't know if that stands for something, maybe.
I think it's Australian and New Zealand, maybe.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
Yeah, because I think Australia have Anzac Day, which is like their Memorial Day, maybe.
Okay.
Might be completely wrong, but yeah, please correct me if I am.
It features the gods of war and peace, some vehicles of war and farm animals, presumably those that the men left behind, and to which some returned, with plaques of the names of all who served. I've attached a picture of this one as well. Surprisingly, though, whilst we were there, someone happened to pass by and tell us that his grandfather had served in the 28th. Wow,
Oh,
really cool.
Yeah,
That's a very cool slice of history. I'd be fanboying a whole lot there. I asked if his name was on the memorial, but was told it was on one further north, and he told us how his grandfather had actually served in both World Wars. He had signed up age 14 for World War One, presumably fought at either Gallipoli and or the Western Front, survived, and then re-enlisted with the 28th for World War Two. Astoundingly, really, whilst I wish I'd inquired more, I'm sure to have survived both World Wars made for some stories well worth telling. I was also reminded of a propaganda cartoon from 1915 that I saw in the National Museum, which I've also attached, which I can see, and that propaganda picture is very cool, because this isn't like the horrible propaganda that we saw from the Italian-Ethiopian conflict. This one is, well, it's not racist, first of all, which is nice. It's a refreshing change of pace.
Oh, good. It's not one of the most horrible things you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's actually just really cool. We'll pop all these pictures on. I don't imagine Matt will mind. They're all just monuments. He's not got his face in. That's cool. So we'll pop those on. That's really cool. Yeah, fighting both world wars and surviving both.
That's really very impressive.
Because I don't know what the sort of scale is of the amount of people who served in both. Because realistically, there's a lot of people within the age window where they could have.
Yeah.
But the draft conscription, it didn't cover people who had served in World War One. Just by the time difference. So you wouldn't have been called to arms.
I think a lot of people would have gone, though.
Well, that's it. So it makes me think how many of them were like officers or someone who worked in a more senior capacity, and how many of them were like well, I've done this before. I'm ready to go back into the fray.
I reckon you've sort of got two groups. You've got the people who probably stayed in after World War One, like a sort of Cunningham,
Stayed through a military career.
was through the peacetime and then was just still in the military when it started.
Just advanced through the ranks, or maybe stayed relatively plateaued, but were like through and through a military man.
Yeah, and then I reckon you've got a bunch who are like patriots almost, who are like, I fought in the first one, it was horrible, obviously, but my like country needs me again.
A call to arms.
And like re-sign up.
I wonder, and this is a very deep question, I wonder the vast majority which war they found worse.
Oh my god.
Because that is... there's so many factors though, isn't there?
I mean, yeah, well, for one, I can imagine, I don't know, maybe not, but I think probably a fairly good rule of thumb is like the higher rank you are in a war, the less...
Yeah, the less atrocities you see firsthand.
The less physical and like first-hand stuff you have, but on the other end of that, it's like, I'm managing...
I'm killing
100,000, 1,000,000 men. I'm making decisions where it's like...
I'm killing my own men. I'm killing civilians with every
You have
word
to
that I
sort of
speak.
do the calculus of like spending your own people, which is a completely different toll. And I think depending on who you are, one or the other could be much worse, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the kind of person you are. Because if you're the kind of person that can abstract it and you've got that sort of utilitarian fixed mindset, you can maybe divorce yourself from reality a bit and commit it as a loss of war that would happen regardless of who did it. But then you've also got people who maybe being on the front lines and taking a life for them is more justifiable because they're fighting a soldier.
Yeah. Also, if you're front line, it's like, well, World War One, it's like you spent 4 years in a trench to get sort of move like 5 feet. Like, that trench fall, brutal, and it's like everyone I know died to move this trench.
Yes.
Like, not far enough that it's even worth updating on maps. Like,
if you could pick, which one would it be that you were fought in? If you were frontline soldier?
I think World War Two.
That's my answer.
I mean, there's something about trench warfare that seems just completely fucked.
The claustrophobia of it.
Yeah.
The chemical weapons being used, and I think just the unknown nature of the conflict.
Yeah, it's also the first, like, Great War.
Well,
and the first, like, industrialized war on a major scale.
That's the scary part. It's that it's such an alien concept. Yeah. It's like if nuclear war came about now, it's such a new thing.
Yeah.
We've not seen a nuclear war. It's such a brand new concept in warfare. That it's just, what happens? What are the rules?
To give you a sense of like how fast it was, the first aerial reconnaissance in wartime from a plane, I believe, is 1912.
You mentioned that not too long ago.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind. I think it was on an episode.
I think it was when we were talking about Balbo and the flying stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
First bomb dropped from it, or like first explosive device dropped from a plane, I think 1912 maybe.
Insane.
Like,
I would have put that in the 30s.
Within
earliest.
30 years, you have
a nuclear weapon
being dropped from a like 4-turbine jet bomb plane, like a B-52 bomber.
The kind of thing that now is like an antique plane.
But also the kind of thing, if you'd shown it to someone in 1912, they'd be like, oh, you brought something from 2050. Yeah. Let alone the fact it's carrying a nuclear bomb. Just the plane would be like...
This is a sci-fi plane carrying a world-ending device.
And it's all that stuff. It's like, you know what, like, it's like the generation above us, like when the internet comes, and it's like everything about your life has changed because of this, like, technological advance you couldn't have seen coming.
Yes.
It's that, but all of the technological advances are stuff to kill people.
Is the internet not killing us, Andy? I guess it is in a way.
Yeah, I guess less directly. Should we...
Yeah, I'll let you finish off the rest of the email.
So on a final bit of 28th Battalion musings, the New Zealand Film Commission have released a trailer for a film based around their actions in Tunisia, 1943, called Sergeant Hayne.
Oh, wow.
Thought it might be of interest to add to your media review list if you can find access to it. absolutely will be hunting that down. 'Cause,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, question time. I've just come off the back of listening to episode 65, Dungeons and Dragon, in which you described D&D campaigns, and I was struck by how creative you get with it all. I was wondering if you were planning to carry some of this over into Campaign for North Africa, especially as you discussed giving names to and following the movements of specific pilots and infantrymen you've created. Thought things like battle reports, first-hand recounts, documentation might be a cool way to chart the progress of the game, along with photos of the map. Maybe a dedicated segment to the stories coming from your game. That said, perhaps you have enough on your plate as it is. We've mentioned something vaguely around this before. I think it would be very cool to do some like didactic or like almost audio play stuff to like zoom in and give some character and like using names, because people seem to be excited by that idea, and like it'll be almost like a fiction but will inspire it. I think could be a cool thing if we can work out how to handle that.
I'd love to do that. I think
like a radio play.
Yeah, well, we've talked a lot, and people have sent in a lot of things where we've had people email in about, would you have names assigned? Could people pick names for units? And I think that's something we're working on. We've got like a rough idea as to what we want for that, and we definitely want to incorporate some creativity into it, because part of the game is, the game itself is just rules as written. It's very sloggy. It's just a long, arduous game.
Yeah.
And if we're going to do 50 years or however long it takes, ideally less, but however long it takes, we want to add a spark of creativity into it. So being able to inject some of that, our D&D campaigns are so much fun because we've built a world. It's all homebrew.
Yeah.
We don't even really play 5e at this point, 5e D&D. We've homebrewed it to a point where it's so different in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
it's not even that anymore.
Definitely based on it, but there's too much stuff we've added.
Yeah, we've got like entire systems that work separately.
Especially for the sci-fi stuff.
Yeah. So we want to inject a lot of that into it. We want to have a game that runs for a long time that we can enjoy, and also put something out that's going to be enjoyable for everyone listening.
Yeah.
So getting people's involvement is one thing. So allowing people to name units, and then also being able to create a bit of a narrative around it. A story would be really cool. How we do that in amongst it, TBC. That will be part of the hiatus between practice run and main game.
I think it's time, really. Like,
yeah,
because there's all this stuff like on my to-do list forever is update the website with the history segment stuff. So there's like it's just finding time to like sit down and do it. But that's definitely an idea we'll find the time to figure out.
And all of this, everyone listening now, you are listening to the progenitor of what this will actually be. War with a Mate up to now is the dry run.
Yeah.
It's the practice go. This is not the finished product. This isn't even what the podcast will be.
Although it'll be us adding stuff.
Yeah.
We're not like going to take common ground or something away.
We're not taking common ground
bag
away
when we start the main game. It'll be adding stuff, yeah.
Yes, we'll keep... we've made a pledge. Every email will be read. Common ground, I don't think can go away. It's the core of the show.
It's required.
And everything else will be added. So all of this stuff we want to put in. So to answer the question, Matt, yes, we want to inject that creativity. We're figuring out how. And the suggestions we get, the emails we've gotten, everyone who's got in touch so far, you've gotten at the ground level. These suggestions will build what War with a Mate's going to be come the fully fledged play. We just need to make sure when we jump off to the full gameplay, we've got enough structure to it that it can carry all the way through. Because injecting stuff like that 5 turns in, 20 turns in, becomes a very difficult thing. So we want to make sure we get it right from go.
Yeah.
But the fact that you've messaged us with this, Matt, and that other people have, means we get an idea of what people want. or at least interested in how we could spin that, and we want to do that. I think we've got the chops for it, Andy. Do we have the time for it? We'll figure that out.
We'll find it.
We'll find the time. We found the time to play the fucking game, even if it's the rest of our lives. But it's a good question, Matt, and you've capped off, as all do, with anyway. I'm sure I'll be emailing again sometime in the future, but until then, subtly, humbly, and bravely, Matt.
Yep. Thank you very much for the email, Matt.
A fantastic email, and anyone else who wants to send something else, whether it's as incredible as Matt's email or the other amazing emails we get, or something more subtle, something more humble, or something more brave, that's entirely your choice. You can get us at info@warwithamate.co.uk. The website is warwithamate.co.uk to get our web form, or the Instagram is just warwithamate. And as mentioned, we will read everything. We will get through everything. We've got plenty of time on our hands. We've got the rest of our lives. So if you send it, we'll get to it. And again, just touching on other stuff that's coming up. Live show, Birmingham, 30th of May. 4:30 to 5:30. Don't go at 6, we'll be gone. We'll have left, we'll just go home at that point. But send in your stuff. We love hearing it, and thank you for everyone who sent stuff in. We've got some incredible emails to go through still. The mailbag is still packed, but we'll get through it all.
Yeah.
But that's the present gone, Andy, and it is a present. It's a gift. It's a present that we get to unwrap each week, and it's always a bountiful one. Bountiful, my word of the week.
Okay.
However, I fear I must now go quiet. I must now stay silent. Well, not entirely. I'll have my quips. While I hand it over to you for your beloved, well-so, history segment.
The men of the long-range desert patrols were quite a sight on their return to Cairo from a month's trip to Libya. The contrast between the east and west of the Nile is very marked. In the east, the country... At this point, I gave little thought to my future, but had always been interested in boats in the sea. I am more or less in the position of a captain in command of a ship, which is on the point of sinking because errors are present.
We are absolutely not qualified to share views on history.
Thank you. And we're part 3 of the Ottomans.
Which is also, by the way, living up as one of my favourites.
Yeah, they're so interesting.
It's not Top the Maori, but the Ottoman are... Again, it's the perfect mixture of stuff I want to learn about, but I don't have time to.
Yeah.
But the fact I have to do this every week, and you've picked something to talk about, I don't have an escape. So I'm forced to learn something, and I'm really
You're forced to do what you wanted to do.
Oh, God, I wish my life was always like that.
But yes, let's jump into it. So, the Ottoman Empire was an ugly affair, but they had the right idea. The rulers in Turkey were fortunately so corrupt that they left people alone pretty much. It's a quote from Noam Chomsky.
Oh, Chomsky's in there.
Yeah, he's got some thoughts about the Ottomans.
He's got some other thoughts, but we'll not touch on those.
Yep. He's in some certain files, I believe.
Yeah. I wasn't even talking about that, but Chomsky's not a... Yeah, I used to think Chomsky was a really interesting guy, and now I think he's
that's
interesting, but also problematic.
Also, allegedly, I might have misread that, so not to slander.
Hey, we don't know, but all I do know is we've talked about worse people. We've definitely talked about better people.
That's... Okay, we'll put it there. The empire's reached its territorial height at this point, expanding from Hungary in the west of Europe to Persia in the east, Crimea in the north, Yemen in the south, and along the North African coast. So they're covering a big chunk of the world at this point. So after the death of Suleiman the Magnificent and a changing world, they're suffering from some severe economic problems, as well as internal systems like the Dervisham system is starting to break down. Things aren't necessarily declining at this point, but they are definitely stagnating In 1656, the Korprulu family take functional control of the empire by using the position of Grand Vizier over several generations. And this is giving them their vibe back a bit. They expand up to modern-day Ukraine, Crete, Transylvania, but it's also like the whole point of your Dervisham system was to not have hereditary stuff and only the Sultan is inheritable. Yeah. And now you've got multiple generations inheriting the second most powerful position in the empire.
This feels like an omen.
Yeah.
The fact this feels like it slipped a little bit. Yeah. How did this begin? This sort of slip into the second rung?
I think partially like a lot of those like the systems break down, as I mentioned. So like it starts to be janissaries have enough power that they're like, well, I want to marry and have kids, and my kid's going to be a janissary. Or parents are like trying to get their kids into it, and it's sort of stopped being. Well, it's weird that it starts as like abducted slave children.
Yeah.
Who are gathered to not because they're technically property, so they can't own the empire or have a power base. And over time, it sort of becomes this sort of unique hereditary nobility, which is, yeah. And then they've also got a bunch of outer problems, like the world is changing and they're not keeping up. Well, that's that kind of thing.
It seems like in a vacuum, like the system kind of works, but it's subject to the same kind of flaws. Where if you marry into it, you have the same issue.
Yeah.
You can't ever really... I mean, by the nature of having kids, someone's coming into it. Yeah. There is always going to be another family.
And there is the inherent thing of, I want what's best for my kid, regardless of the system.
Yeah. So whatever system you're operating within, you are going to push for it.
Yeah. So they are having a decent run under this Korprulu family, because they're an interesting thing of fairly competent administrators and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then, the signal of these issues. But they've got their plan to take Vienna, which has been their target for a long time. Habsburg capital. They've tried to besiege it before and failed. So in the year leading up to this, the Grand Vizier, Kara Mustafa Pasha, he's been like getting infrastructure projects. So they're like fixing all the roads that lead to the border. They're doing like secret preparation basically. So that like when they need to, the roads are all good and they can just go. They're not as worried.
And all roads lead to Vienna.
They do.
Oh, no, it's Rome, sorry.
Vienna, through Vienna to Rome.
It's nearby, via Vienna.
Because Vienna is also part of the Holy Roman Empire and the Habsburg capital. Holy Roman Empire are seemingly as impenetrable and bizarre as the Ottomans.
I mean, they've got a foothold.
I think we might get to them eventually because they're precursors to what will become Germany, but way down the track.
Wait, what?
The Holy Roman Empire becomes Germany.
I don't even know what the threat is for that.
It's like the territorial land, so like Saxony, like the areas of Germany are kingdoms in the Holy Roman Empire.
Oh, right.
I think the Holy Roman Empire is the Second Reich that Hitler's referring to. It's one of the Reichs. Like, you know how Hitler's like, we're the Third Reich?
Yeah. I genuinely do not know anything about the Reichs.
Me neither, really. It's
something I'd learned about in school, but it is so far gone from my memory.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will replenish that, and I'll be back into it at some point.
That
I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Because that feels like a really cool part of history. But I'll let you get back to your actual cool part of history.
So they had a previous attempt under Suleiman the Magnificent in 1566, so like just over 100 years before, and it hadn't gone well. But they set off for Vienna with 170,000 men, which is a big old army.
Especially for those times.
Yeah, and they begin the siege on the 14th of July, 1683, and it's being held by 11 to 16,000, so there's 10 times more attackers than defenders. The siege is massive. So Vienna sits in sort of like a Y-shaped river cleft, if that makes sense. So two sides of it are
Yes.
blocked by river, so there's only like one front for the Ottomans to attack them on. And Vienna it's got its walls, and they've also prepped for the siege, building like a bunch of earthworks and defenses. So, due to cannons and defenses, it's interesting we were talking about trench warfare earlier. The Ottomans are having to build trenches sort of towards Vienna to give them cover from like cannons and artillery.
Which is crazy that we're now talking about cannons and artillery at this stage.
Yes, this is sort of you've got people with guns, muskets, cavalry, people fighting with swords, people with grenades. It's sort of the like, if you want to have the most eclectic selection of weapons from history, this might be one of the battles to go in.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, when I'm trying to picture this conflict,
yeah,
it feels very sort of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, it's kind of in that period where like there are guns, but they're not good enough that you don't carry a sword anymore type.
Yeah, I'll always bring it down to a pop culture reference to try and analyze what it is, because that's how I'm
But if you want a pop
like
culture reference for this siege, the Battle for Helm's Deep might actually be a good one.
Oh god, no, very good example. Yes.
Because also some other stuff that will come in here. Because as well as the trenches, they're tunneling. The Ottomans are tunneling beneath the walls.
Oh, wow.
So they can like try and come up behind the earthworks. And they're also trying to dig even further to put explosives under the city walls. So this means that the Vienna defenders, they start digging counter tunnels.
Oh,
so you've got a surface siege going on. And then like an underground war, where they're like, similar to World War I trench combat, they're digging into each other's tunnels, like trying to like break the supports of their tunnel and get back into your tunnel, accidentally breaking in the wall, and you're just there fighting a guy in like no clearance. Also, all by candlelight.
Oh, God. Imagine having to fight in a tunnel by candlelight.
You're fighting in a tunnel by candlelight, carrying very primitive explosives. It's just a fucking night. Because as well as like they're taking like barrels of gunpowder to put under defensive positions, and then they'll like time it to blow it up, and then they rush into the gap, is how the Ottomans are gradually gaining ground. And also throughout this, both sides are using primitive grenades. So the Ottomans have grenades that are made of glass, where you light the fuse and throw it, and it like explodes.
Like a Molotov cocktail.
Kinda, yeah. And the Vienna have like the sort of like cannonball with the string coming out.
Oh, yes.
Though they've got them. So they're fighting, and also sometimes you'll pop into a tunnel and a guy has a grenade.
Imagine, that's the worst situation to be in.
Yeah, there's like literally like you just punch through into their tunnel. Oh, cool, no one's here. I can hear them mining further down. Chuck a couple grenades in, collapse the tunnel. They're never getting out. Like, this is horrible.
You've killed a group of like a dozen or so men, if not more.
Yeah. And
Just
there's things of like
finding them.
People just crawling out of the grounds like a sort of zombie rising from the grave and then into a defensive position. This siege is genuinely like nuts.
This sounds fucking nightmarish. I'd hate to be in this.
So this siege lasts for like 2 months. The Ottomans are exhausted and starving because when they arrived, they had these allies called the Tartars, who are sort of Russian, Eastern European like tribe.
Okay. And
they'd gone nuts and like gone and burnt everything. And then it was like, oh shit, we could have really used those farms to like keep our men fed. Also, the Ottomans are getting sent at various type like bad stuff by the people they've conquered because they're sort of sick of you a little bit. So the Ottomans have gunpowder they can't use when it's raining. And also the thing is, all of this is dirty gunpowder because they invented like cleaner burning gunpowder at some point in that. But this is all like every time you fire a gun, there's just a cloud of fog coming. Like visibility is just dog shit here.
Well, yeah, you're either in a tunnel or you're in a cloud by the sounds of it.
So this siege lasts for 2 months, with the Ottomans making slow, brutal progress until a Polish relief army of 80 to 90,000 men can arrive. On the 12th of September, they have a battle here, which includes the largest cavalry charge in all of history.
That's very interesting. What year is this?
This is 1680.
So 1683 has the largest cavalry charge in history.
Yeah, because this is the age of like gun and pike formations. Cavalry's starting to go. But
that's it. Cavalry's starting to go, is what I'm thinking.
Because it's the Polish Hussars who are one of the last cavalry, because they had like incredibly long lances because they like worked out how to make them hollow. So they could actually be long enough that like they longer than the pike formations.
Oh, so they can break it through without being hit first.
And still go. So this is like some of the last effective cavalry.
And this is the largest cavalry.
18,000. 18,000? 18,000 horses. The crazy thing is, the infantry for the Polish and their artillery won this battle. This cavalry charge is a, fuck you, we're going to kill as many of you as possible. Like, the battle's won. This is a charge into a rout.
There's two things in that. One, it's into a rout. That's insane. The fact that that's where they've devoted that force to. But also, I maybe naively would have thought the biggest cavalry charge would be a lot bigger.
18,000 horses.
I would have thought maybe 30 or something, like 30,000. I know it's a lot. I know it's a crazy amount of people. When I'm visualizing it.
I think you'll have larger cavalry, like the Mongol armies are bigger. But they're not doing charges. They don't have as much heavy cavalry. Yeah. So you might have 50,000 Mongols, but they do their thing where they just ride around you out of your reach, just shooting you with arrows.
Yeah.
They obviously did do cavalry charges and stuff, but yeah, I guess this is the biggest one.
That's crazy.
So yeah, this is a massive blow to the Ottomans at every level. The Sultan, who was there, manages to escape. The Vizier gets his head chopped off for this. And this is really the turning point. It's all downhill from here. So for the next 16 years, they will lose something called the Great Turkish War, where they lose their foothold in Europe and are expelled from Hungary and Transylvania, which leads up to a formalized treaty in 1699. That's we've officially recognized we've lost this territory. So they're having some military problems at this point, but they do have a brief cultural revolution called the Tulip Period. They would see a sort of westernization of the elite, adopting European styles and inventions like the printing press.
Okay.
But this also causes a conservative backlash within the Ottoman Empire, because they're you're being too westernized.
Yeah, but it's a printing press.
It's one of those things. It's too useful.
You can't really deny it. You can say it's a cultural shift, but you kind of need it.
But it's the people who are
well, you mentioned it before. It's like a boomer using the internet.
Yeah.
It's you kind of have to.
Yeah. Because also they used to think there was a switch where it was they thought everyone used to read aloud. And there was a thing where when people started reading in their head, people were concerned.
That's such a funny concept. I don't know why that's tickled me so much, but just the idea of someone start reading a book quietly and someone just whoa, witch, you monster.
So yeah, they're trying to modernize here at certain levels, and there's resistance to it. For example, they try to open a artillery school based on Western principles. That there's a religious revolt against it, and they have to close it, and then they reopen it in secret. And it's there's just this sort of resistance to new or foreign ideas that's slowing them down, which is a really bad place to be because the Industrial Revolution is rumbling towards them. And that's going to cause problems if you can't adapt.
Well, yeah.
So they fight on and off in Eastern Europe until 1739, and then they get a 30-year peace, which is when this tulip period happens. But then this peace ends in 1768 when Russia wants to get bigger, which leads to the Russo-Turkish Wars, which lasts another 8 years and also doesn't go well for the Ottomans. So they've never really had to deal with Russia before this. It was like the princes, but then they get united and turned into like a country and then become a problem. There's like a Russian empire they have to deal with, which will be like their main problem for the back half of their existence. So yeah, their military's outdated and ineffective, and at this point, the Janissaries are also just completely out of control, to the point where they have a series of revolts against modernization, up until 1826, when Mahmud II puts an end to the Janissaries. After a brief rebellion, they kill all the Janissary leaders and go, right, the ones of you who weren't ringleaders, you can go be officers in the army, but you're not Janissaries anymore.
Oh, wow.
This is done. Like, yeah. Because I also thought the Janissaries were like just while the Ottomans existed, they did.
Yeah, I thought it was like, from what you said up to this point, I thought that's just a core part.
That was like evolving and changing as it was, but you wouldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, killing them off.
Yeah. They like had a revolt and then, yeah, just get done. So while they're facing external threats and corruption at the very heart of the empire, their long-term territories start to get restless as there's a rise in Balkan nationalism. So these countries start to go like, hey, we're not... Because there's never really like an Ottoman identity gets formed, because they're happy to let all the like Christian Jews...
Well, that's it. They've always had such a massively multicultural melting pot.
And kind of hands off.
Yeah.
Which means like no one in North Africa would be like, I'm an Ottoman.
Yeah, well, they don't. There's no Ottoman.
Like, yeah, it never built as a national identity, which as the 19th century's, that's becoming a big thing. Like,
well, yeah,
you get the Balkans, like Greece and Serbia are like, we're going to be Greece, we're going to be Serbia, we're not.
It's all defined, but there is no Ottoman.
No, like, which I found, like,
Ottomans
in a
don't exist.
600-year-old empire, that there was never really a forming in the same way. Because, like,
there's no identity.
At the same time, you've got, like, Britain, France, Spain. Like, the European superpowers seem to very much have, like, a national...
Yeah, like, you don't have an identity.
Yeah.
Which is a very core part. I mean, even now. You look at a nation now, you have a defined... You know, whether it's a cultural identity or a stereotype even, you've got something that sort of defines what a culture is.
Yeah.
For right or wrong. But I don't even know that if the Ottoman Empire was around, you know, alive and well now, what would that look like? How would you characterize that as an identity or a caricature? I don't even know what you would do to portray that.
I think if you were doing a caricature, you'd end up with like a sort of sultan. You'd just do the like ruling
The leader,
family, but
yeah.
you wouldn't. Yeah, because like the citizens of it are like, yeah, I'm a Jew from Northwest Europe. Like they might even think like I'm Transylvanian or Wachovian or whatever.
Or I'm an Italian farmer that was kidnapped.
Yeah, I mean that's a big one as well. Yeah,
there's no there's no core structure to that generalization, which is really interesting.
So as that's them losing chunks of territory now, where you've got like internal revolts from would-be nations. So this develops something called the Eastern Question, which is among the European powers. Basically, there's this thing of like. The Ottoman Empire is in trouble. This is where the sick man of Europe phrase comes from. So this is where like they get described as like a sort of sick and dying power, and it's like very apparent to everyone. But the Europeans are like, we need to manage this. We can't have it just like completely fall apart because it'll like destabilize things. And also, we want to rip this thing apart for scraps. Like, when this empire collapses, we're moving in. So yeah, that's what the Ottomans are looking at, like, in the end of the 19th, early 20th century. And that's what's waiting for the Italians when they declared war to conquer Libya on the 29th of September, 1911. So yeah, that's whistle-stop tour of the Ottomans. But
Is that the Ottomans done?
for this, I think I'm going to come back to them because they're interesting.
Oh, you're teasing more Ottomans.
We'll have
I guess the final...
Because we'll have a bit of a... Going to do that, like, Barbary pirate Ottomans in Libya specifically. And there'll also be an Ottomans in Egypt. Because the way they lose control of Egypt is quite interesting as well.
Oh, well, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Wow, what a journey it's been with the Ottomans.
Oh, yeah. Really interesting, like, empire.
Well, it's a weirdly liberal approach to cultures.
Yeah.
But then also...
They're almost, like, metropolitan in, like, the 15th century. Like,
yeah. Like, they went for liberal approaches, but then also, like, towards the end, weirdly cutthroat approaches.
Yeah, and weird. Well, I guess the thing is, if you're a progressive and then you wait 100 years, you're probably not a progressive anymore. Like,
but it's also the weird thing is it's progressive even compared to cultures now.
Yeah, the
there's
religious
cultures now.
openness and the sort of like, if you can contribute, come on over.
Yeah, there's
is
nations
quite
now
a
that don't
rare.
allow that.
Well, yeah, there's like huge issues with immigration, sort of globally.
Well, everywhere. I mean, God, the UK even.
Yeah.
I know we're looking at like, chalk and cheese sort of situation, but even the UK now, you've got, rising powers that sort of decry the idea of differences.
Yeah.
And they're not powers in control, but,
Could be.
Yeah, well, that's it. You've got these clashing ideas in the modern world of, well, different is bad. Different isn't our identity. Our identity is this fixed identity.
Yeah.
So having a whole empire where essentially their identity is built on, well, we're an eclectic mix, we're a melting pot, in the 1600s,
Yeah.
is an insane thing to try and translate, because I can't really think of anything else that I personally know of where, and again, this is someone who doesn't really know much of any history, that can really carry that torch.
I don't think of any. Nothing comes to mind that's.
Not that they're, they're taking slaves, they're taking captives.
Oh, yeah,
it's not a welcoming tradition.
It is a thing of like
making the most of it.
Come in and you're useful, you can come in. Like when they picked up the Jews when they got expelled from Spain. But yeah, there is also the thing of like kidnapping like 1.5 million people off the coasts of Europe. But then some of those slaves become captains.
Yeah.
Like it's a bizarre, like...
It's such an odd structure. It's really weird.
Because also, like, they don't have agricultural slavery from what I was... Like, on, like, a huge scale like you would see in the Americas. It was, like, house slaves and servants in a way rather than...
It's not labor.
It's not chattel slavery. But, yeah, it's weird. I'm not going to, like, justify different types of slavery being one better.
That's not delving into that too much, but... It's a different type, and it's a weird structure where you can like rise through the ranks, so to speak, and almost earn a living and a position, and like
you could be the most second powerful man to the most powerful empire in the world at the time at various points, and also be a slave.
Yeah, you
It's
can.
like the vice president of the United States being a slave, kind of. Like, that's...
Yeah, you can graduate from this position of captivity to be a figure of prestige.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a really bizarre, interesting, just different system. Like, yeah. It has made me want to go a bit further, like, east in my research into, like, the sultanates and the caliphates, because it's like, I've mainly talked about how they, like, dealt with European powers, because they were sort of Mediterranean European. But they were also having all these wars with, like, to the east, with, like, the remnants of Persia and Iran and stuff. So I'm wondering, like, how much of was imported from that.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how much, especially in the UK, how much history that we're taught is just so centralized on sort of Western Europe.
Yeah.
Because stuff like this, I'm like, well, I've known of the Ottoman Empire,
Yeah.
but I've never known what the Ottoman Empire is. And now I'm like, well, this is, if anything, if you want to get like kids engaged in school, this is really interesting stuff.
Yeah. Because it's also the kind of history stuff where it's like actually sparks some questions and thoughts. It's not just listing dates. It's like, this is a different
It's a different culture.
thing. Like, how do you, look at that and think about it?
It's not just a conflict or a king in England. It's not Henry VIII. It's not Hastings.
Yeah.
It's not something that's kind of like, well, I guess for me and probably you, well trodden over. And that might just be, to be fair, this is probably stuff that we have a lot of international audiences for some reason.
Yeah.
They might not be as well equipped to talk about, Hastings or something like that, but yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Wild stuff.
Yes. So.
But if we're talking about wild stuff, Andy,
Yes.
if you want to go wild,
Have you got one for me?
I've got something that will ideally bridge this gap. Because we're talking about differences, we're talking about cultures, we're talking about the past, the present, the future. We're talking about War with a Mate. We're talking about us being friends. And every week, we have a history segment. And every week, we have a Common Ground segment. And Common Ground is a chance for us to come together, unite over a topic, and be friends again amongst this enduring conflict that we have for the rest of our lives. And this week it's my turn. And I have a topic. And now for something nicer. A little oasis in the war. It's time for some common ground. I'm trying the intro for Common Ground. I'm recording. Maybe. Yeah. Andy, this week my common ground is that everybody should fake having a burst appendix so that doctors remove their appendix.
Okay.
Everybody.
I think if that's the case, maybe you just get your appendix out when we remove the theatre.
Well, you think that.
I do.
But if that were the case, they'd already be doing it. And they've decided, for some reason, en masse, no. We're not going to remove the appendix.
Very expensive.
Well, you've got this thing, okay? You've got this thing in the world where there's different medical practices that are just carried out as procedure.
Yeah.
You've got vaccinations. You've got, in America, circumcisions are very big. It's not so big in the UK, but circumcisions in America,
Yeah.
it's just a sort of commonplace practice. You've got, we're dialing it down a lot here, piercings,
Okay.
You've got all these things where it's just kind of like, well, we'll do this thing. We'll do this thing that's a bodily procedure.
Okay, yeah.
And then you look at the appendix. And what does the appendix do?
Nothing, right?
Well, what it does
Isn't it
do...
for like eating grass or something, but we don't use it anymore?
Yeah, it kills you.
Yeah, it just randomly explodes and kills you.
Yeah, right now, you've just got a time bomb inside you. It's kind of like the wisdom tooth.
It does also mean there is the thing of like, if I get any like lower stomach pain, I'm like, right, this is it. My appendix is going to blow.
Well, that's it. You get a really bad stitch out of the blue, and you think, well, my appendix has burst.
Yeah.
You get your wisdom teeth out when they become a problem. You don't have them out before they're a problem. But wisdom teeth don't kill you. Appendices kill you.
Is there like a thing where certain people are it's more likely to explode? Like, is it genetic or?
Well, the thing is, Andy, I didn't do any research before I suggested
cool,
this.
yeah.
I just came into this with no background information whatsoever.
Cool, that's fair. Because I was thinking, like, when they rolled out the COVID vaccines, and it was like if you're they had the various risk groups.
Yes, well, that's it.
Because if there was a way of doing that, it could be like, oh, you sign up if you want it, and then if there's no one in a higher risk group, you can go in and get it. Because it's fairly quick.
Well,
is it like an in and out, or is it like a? I'm not. Well, I don't know anyone who's had it out and like.
Well, I've also not done the research. That's part of the issue here, is I've not done the research. But by the same merit, I know that it's in you. It's gonna kill you if you leave it.
Yeah.
And put it this way: zombie apocalypse happens tomorrow. Nuclear war happens tomorrow. How many people are going to die of burst appendices? How many people have died of burst appendices?
Again, we've not done
This is a question that neither of us can answer. This is a question that someone might be shouting at their headphones as they listen to this.
Would you bundle it? Because, like, how you don't...
You want to bundle?
Like, tonsils, how you... It's like...
You want to do a tonsil appendix package?
I'm getting all the unnecessary shit out that can just flare up.
Get your tonsils out now, and we'll also give you a free circumcision, and also we'll get rid of the appendix. Yeah. All in one cost-effective package.
Because if you're worried about, like, the ticking time bombs or the stuff that, like, doesn't do much but can cause problems, just get it all out.
Now, what we do have to contextualize here, for our international audiences, we're in the UK, we're under the National Health Service, which means that our healthcare in general is free. The majority of procedures are free. There's hefty wait times for some things. As a guy who was in A&E the other day for 12 hours, that's in an emergency ward as well.
Yeah.
You can wait there for a long time for what is considered an emergency. Yes,
this is sort of an idea where you need the rest of the health care system to be ticking along nicely. Yeah, and then you can. This isn't step one.
Yeah, what I'm not saying is for like the American health service where it's all paid. You have to pay for it. It's
the first thing they nationalize is appendix removal.
But yes, to an extent, yes.
Okay.
Ideally. Yes, what they do nationalize first would be something like, cancer research or something that really will, benefit the world. But you can't really, if we're starting small, if we're starting with something
If we're starting small, let's remove everyone's appendix.
Well, I guess the thing is you can't proactively stop cancer. There's not a sort of like definitive point where you can go, right, this is where this person is in their health career. They're going to get cancer. We can do something about this. What you can do is go, this person's appendix may explode one day and they don't need it.
Okay.
Get rid of it.
Okay.
And I have a way to fund this as well.
Okay.
Because as part of this process, when you're born, early on, as soon as you're fit and healthy enough to have your appendix removed, you will have it removed.
So like a 6-month-old?
I don't know what the age would be. I've done no research.
You don't know what age?
I presume it's older than that. I presume it's a lot older than 6 months.
Because it is invasive surgery.
I presume it's, again, maybe the scientists, the doctors will have a look at when appendices burst, but I imagine it's after, adulthood, on average, roughly.
Okay.
And if that is the case, maybe you're thinking I'm abstracting the point a little bit. I am. But what I think we should also do is take a catalogue of all these people with an extra kidney.
Okay.
You get these people.
No, yeah.
I've known 4 people who've had a third kidney.
That's too many.
I know, it's crazy.
That feels statistically... Again, we've done no research. That feels statistically unlikely.
It feels like an anomaly.
Yes.
However, I'm going off the basis that it's not.
Okay.
And if it's not, that's a lot of kidneys. And kidneys are worth a lot on the black market. So I say that the world health trade gets in with the world black market. And we... Hang on for a second. We compromise. We start selling the kidneys off, these spare kidneys. We use that money to fund the appendices removal.
Okay.
You can ask questions.
Why involve the black market? Why not just set up a legal market for kidneys?
Where are you going to sell a kidney to that's going to put money into the health service that isn't already being spent in this cycle?
Like a rich guy who wants a kidney.
No, because the rich guy is part of the black market.
Yes, but if there's a legal market...
No, we're not going to let him launder the money. This way he's still criminally liable for his actions.
Okay.
I'm not
Just the World Health Organization are selling the kidneys.
Yeah. I'm not absolving rich people of their criminal actions.
Okay.
I'm permitting, briefly, the World Health Organization to sell kidneys to the black market, into the black market.
Okay, so this is kind of the equivalent of, like, you know, the like poppy field thing in Afghanistan when they took it over.
Yeah, and
it's if just the US Army had... Well, I guess they kind of did. If the US Army had, as official policy, sold the heroin to cartels to fund the war in Afghanistan.
No. I'm going to say no because I need you to agree on this.
Okay.
So...
I think if we need to agree, we remove the black market element.
Well, I'll put it this way, Andy. So you're talking about the aspect of, buying these expensive kidneys.
Yeah.
If someone sells a kidney to the black market,
yeah,
who's buying that?
Cannibals or rich people who can't get on the transplant list.
Okay, cool. So these are still bad people.
The ones who are rich are, yeah.
Yeah, so no one who's getting this kidney is going to be a good person.
Okay.
The kidney's not going to a good guy.
Okay, that feels bad. There are good people who need kidneys.
So they should... Yeah, there are good people who need kidneys.
Can we not give them the kidneys?
Well, that's where we need to figure out how many people die from kidney failure and burst appendix. And I know what you're thinking. It's definitely the kidney failure. But, as we've learned from existing in a world that we live in, things aren't always perfect. And we can't enforce a system where the kidneys will be given to the right people.
Okay.
Otherwise, they would have them.
Okay.
But what we can do is use the money from these selfish bastards and we can save everybody from having a potential burst appendix. We'll go after them, by the way.
Okay.
We'll go after the black market.
Okay.
They're next.
Okay, but we'll just do this first.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
Okay.
I only have one common ground a week. So
that's fair, yeah.
We'll cover them, guys.
Okay.
But right now, if I had to sort of pose it to you as a high level broad idea, we fund the money that we need to remove these appendices by having bad people buy the things they would usually buy, and this isn't going to hurt anybody because this is getting rid of an organ they don't need, and all we're giving to somebody is something that they could use to live or, I guess, waste. A spare kidney can't hurt anyone. They can't weaponize it. They can't turn it into nuclear fuel. They can't stick it in a gun. They can't turn it into poison. It's just a body part.
Okay.
So they're spending a fortune on these spare pieces of body. No one is at a loss. No one's going to be hurt from it. And what we can fund is the removal of an organ that for some reason you're born with that can just kill you. That's crazy. Who designed that?
I guess nature.
Well, nature in this case is bad.
Okay.
So
okay.
What do you make of that?
The most compelling point you had was remove stuff for when society collapses.
Well, yeah. That's kind of what
I'm kind of on board with, I guess, it's not biohacking, it's bioprepping.
But yeah, you're getting rid of the bad parts.
So you get rid of the appendix, you get LASIK eye surgery if you need it. Okay. I think the weird kidney black market thing we might need to get to.
What about it?
Just it remaining a black market for no reason.
Well, that's the thing, Andy. It's always for no reason, isn't it? But can we really tackle that in this common ground?
I guess not. I guess it's a side issue.
It's not. It's a massive issue. I agree. It's a fundamental issue with society as a whole. But what's the common ground to get rid of that? Get rid of bad guys. I mean, it's too broad.
It's not actionable like this.
Yeah, this is. I've given you an endpoint, and I've given you the means to get to that endpoint.
You've also kind of given me the premise of like a dystopian sci-fi novel where the World Health Organization are selling organs.
That's now. That's now.
Yeah, sure.
Organs are being sold. This isn't. I've not invented the idea of selling organs to the black market.
You have introduced the World Health Organization being directly guilty.
I don't know.
Okay.
Again, I've not done any research. I don't know how guilty or guilt-free the World Health Organization is in anything.
If they came up with something to just inject you and it would like diffuse your appendix, are you fine with that?
Well, yeah, if we live in a fantasy make-believe world.
Okay. I guess we have...
Randy, I'm talking about the real world.
Right, yeah. I guess we have to agree on something. So, appendix, bad.
Appendix, bad.
Removing them, good.
Yeah.
I'd like it if it was provided for me for free. Don't tell me about the organ stuff.
You wouldn't know.
Oh, then fine. That's okay.
We're already talking about this on the podcast.
Oh.
They wouldn't tell everyone about this.
Then yeah, that's fine.
This is like a behind the scenes board meeting.
Okay.
No one knows about this.
Yeah. This is the bit where we don't take notes in case we get like subpoenaed.
Yeah, this is a big secret.
Okay.
And it's a lovely secret because people get saved. The everyman gets saved from their appendix, their own body. The bad guys get rich for a little while. Their children get illegal kidneys that let them live long lives. And by the time they're grown up, their corrupt parents have been taken out by the Thunderbirds.
Okay. You are bringing in other common grounds here.
I'm invoking Thunderbirds in this common ground.
Which Thunderbirds are used for hits?
Thunderbird 1 and 2.
Okay.
And 5.
Okay. Okay, that tracks.
Yeah, I guess by the nature of 5 being involved, 3 also has to be involved.
Because it delivers 5.
Yeah.
Do you want to just let 4 in?
No. There's nothing aquatic about this plan whatsoever. Thunderbird 4 is not involved.
Okay. I'm in.
You're in?
I'm in.
There we go. Thunderbirds 1 through 3 and 5 are involved in a global anti-corruption process to tackle the corrupt process of the World Health Organization to save the world from their appendices. I've been James.
I've been Andy. Stay so humble and brave.
And watch out for your appendix. At any moment, it could come for you. And soak up the deserts of your minds. Good night.